I have absolutely zero clue what I'm doing here. And that's the best part of this video. So if you give me a couple minutes of your time to kind of explain what this is, you won't regret it. My name is Zunil, or Z. I am a young entrepreneur still in high school, and I've already had more business models than I can count on one hand. I have had many failures and a couple successes, but overall, I've had the dream to be a successful entrepreneur like a vast majority of the younger population in these modern times. Essentially, I just want to make this video as a foundation for this channel. I don't expect this video to do anywhere close to good. In fact, I already have the expectation of this video flopping, which might not be a great expectation, but I'm just trying to be realistic. I really do just want to make a channel that has some real value to it. And I feel like that sounds cliche, but hear me out. A lot of content on YouTube is, I don't want to say useless, but it's nothing more than entertainment. That doesn't mean all of it. I'm just saying the vast majority. But I do want to be one of those people who brings entertaining content, but also something that will actually lift you up to do better. Not just lift you up to make your day better, which, that I aim for too, but more so to do better in life for yourself. For as long as I can remember, I have never had a dream job. In fact, my dream job was not having one. I never wanted to do something specific like be an astronaut while I was younger, or any of those, stereotypical kid dream jobs. I never really had anything like that. But once I got a bit older, the biggest thing I wanted was to just be successful. Um, but I didn't know how. I didn't. And I got persuaded into everything you can imagine, drop shipping. Hold up. Damn, see, now I lost my train of thought. If you can't tell, I'm completely terrible at this. I've never done YouTube in my life. Yeah. I tried all the online money-making methods, drop shipping, clothing brand. In fact, this was actually the brand that I created about 2 years ago almost. Wow, damn, time flies. So, I'm not a master of everything I've tried, but I've tried a lot of things and I've failed a lot of things. Um, Now, if you're watching this video and even starting to develop the thought that I might be here to offer you some sort of mentorship or some sort of training or anything like that, I want you to just go ahead and throw that out the window because there's absolutely none of that here. Yes, I do want to be able to teach something, maybe educate. I wouldn't even really use the word teach because I'm not really qualified to teach anything as of now. Maybe down the line, yeah. This is more a channel to document me learning in public. I want it to be a space where, you can learn something, but also actually just have enjoyable content that's not just like modern time slop, like these crazy challenge videos or whatever. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying it's a little overdone, and I want something a little bit more interesting. And some people will probably get bored of it really quick, and that's okay. But I know there's some people out there that will enjoy it, because what you watch really does affect you. And I know that sounds like I sound like your mom or your dad saying that, but it really is true. The things you take in affect how you think and what you do. And I think one of the best sayings is a tree falls the way it leans. Where you lean is where you fall. So if you're, hanging around people with bad habits, doing bad things, eventually you're going to end up falling that way. And it's the same goes for surrounding yourself with positivity and things that actually push you to be better. Like if you sit in a room with people who are better than you for a week, you're eventually going to just start to improve naturally. I'm not saying that the videos I make are going to skyrocket you into some Giga Chad who has everything figured out, because I promise you they won't. But it does set something that you can put on and kind of just tune into to do better, you know? The channel isn't going to be all strictly entrepreneurship, like working, 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 money, 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 because some people don't get sick of it, but if I'm being honest, I get sick of it. The money, 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 constantly worrying about being better, which, it's great to be better, but it sucks to constantly think about money. So I genuinely do want to bring a channel that has a healthy balance of all these things that actually is entertaining and not just boring camera talks like this. And that's why I'm saying I don't think this video will do great, but that's okay. And I'm comfortable with that fact. Maybe two people will make it to the end of this video if I'm lucky. but at least 2 people know what I'm trying to do here. And maybe eventually in the future, this channel will actually become something big. And this video will be here as the first thing that I ever made, I ever created, as almost like the foundation of this channel. You can just go to the back of my channel and find this here. Um, for as long as I have it up. And I really don't know when the end to this thing will be. And I kind of enjoy that, you know. But I do intend to stay unknown for a while on YouTube because that's just the harsh reality. Maybe I'll blow up in a day, but I probably won't, you know, and that's fine. And you know, that's what this whole channel is about, is showing you guys where I am and how I'm getting there. You know, just sharing myself learning. Like I said, just learning in public. And you know, if you watch enough of those videos, eventually you're going to just be pushed and aspire to do the same thing. And even if you don't, you're still maybe will learn something from me learning, you know? A little bit more about what I've done though. Like I said, clothing brand, drop shipping, but I've also done service-based businesses. You know, I wouldn't say blue collar, but you know, the hard stuff with your hands. Like I've done that too. I currently own a detailing company. I made a lot of money off of it. That was honestly how I made the first 1,000, the second 1,000, the third, the fourth, and so on. And I have a lot of knowledge there on local advertisement. Speaking of advertisements, but yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of things, and in fact, I'm a master of none. Not probably, definitely. I don't have any skill ever mastered, and I'm not saying I'm making this channel to become a master at everything I touch, you know, but I do want to just improve. Recently I've been into day trading, which I hope to incorporate in some ways on this channel. But it really depends how you guys take it. If you enjoy it and you want to see it, I'm definitely not going to be a strict trading channel that revolves around it. And I have gone through the phase, you know, I feel like it's almost canon for a lot of people to go through a phase around 12, 13, where they begin day trading because it seems so easy and it's basically free money. And then they stop in maybe a month if you're lucky. I did have that phase. You know, I've came back into it more seriously. I've been doing it for a little bit now. Nothing crazy, but you know, I've really learned a lot in such a short time that I feel like I'm comfortable showing my skill with day trading out there. And maybe if anyone who gets into this channel is also in day trading, maybe those videos will stand out to you more and resonate with you more. You know, there's really just so much benefit to be had from watching content that actually has some value to it. And like, I'm not saying this video was made of gold because this might be one of the worst YouTube videos you watch, which like, I'm not offended by that because it's pretty terrible. Hopefully the editing will save this, but whew, yeah. But just overall, I really just want this to be like a genuinely solid channel. Um, I want to make entertaining videos that will grab your attention, but I'm not just going to be revenue baiting, you know, trying to get the bucks out of it. I just want to make like good content that's actually easy to watch and pick up because like a lot of the videos I see that are like this, sitting in front of a camera talking, they're kind of boring, or maybe what they're talking about is just not great. And I'm not saying that for everyone. I'm just saying that for some of the things I've seen on YouTube, it's just like it's all right. And I want to have some actual good videos. If you are even slightly interested in the idea of any of this, give me a shot. You literally have nothing to lose. I mean, like I said, the content isn't just going to be random slop. Like, I want it to be somewhat decent. So there's really no reason not to give it a shot. And I'm not going to sit here and sell myself, but I do just want to know what you guys want to see. Obviously it's too early to really like get decent feedback, but if you are watching this video, you know, maybe just give me suggestions, honestly, like what you want to see, what would be interesting, and maybe it'll make it in a video. I mean, like in this situation, it's not like donating to a multi-million-dollar streamer who reads his chat once every year, and you're just throwing out subs trying to get your word in there. Like, this is the best opportunity to actually like make a mark on a YouTube channel, because I will genuinely read every comment at this moment, because I probably will have none. So it's like, yeah, if there's any suggestions you have, drop them, because I'm so interested to hear what people want to see and what could be best for this channel. But yeah, I don't want to overdo this video. I'm just trying to make it like somewhat good, like kind of like get my point across. Yeah, I just hope to, make a decent channel and like I don't know, make good videos. I'm not even really like concerned about the money, but I am wanting to build an audience. That's my main goal with this is not so much make the ad revenue, but more so make an audience that actually will commit time to see what I have to say. That is such a blessing to think about. Like actually have people out there willing to sit and watch what I have to say. Um, Not that every video is going to be like this. I kind of want to make sure my videos aren't all like sitting in front of a ring light talking into a clip-on mic, because like it's not bad, but if we're being real, it's not exactly entertaining. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm just gonna keep rolling them out from here. So if you want to give me a chance, you know what to do. Subscribe, notifications, another ad. Yeah, just let me know, guys. I'll see you in the next one though.